For entertainment, you make big movies, you think
Jerry Bruckheimer.
No, I think, what am I supposed to do? He's standing. No, he's...
How could he have never been to one of these before?
That wasn't me that shouted.
So Jerry, how are you?
I'm great to be here. Thanks. Great to see everybody. It's my first big convention, so I'm really thrilled to be here.
Behind there, if they'd let us, we'd be shooting it now. It was shot by on three separate tracks. There was the kind of character action stuff. Then there was the stunt stuff, which was handled by the second unit, but with Jake, very important. Jake doing a tremendous number of the stunts himself. It makes it so much easier when the lead actor can actually do that stuff, as Jake could. He asked him about that. And then, of course, there's the third thing, which is the computer graphics side of it. And all of those were very, very complicated in that scene. The big shots of the city didn't exist. We sent people to India to photograph Indian cities so that we got the detail absolutely right. But all of the wide shots didn't exist. That big castle with the yard that they finally attacked, that existed, but that was on one of the biggest stages in the world, which is called the Bond stage in
Pinewood Studios.
Pinewood in England. It's simply colossal, and that was just that one little part of it. So it was a huge.
Outstanding.
An ocean of people.
We're gonna have a seizure with all the cameras. It's fantastic. Hey, so Jake, when you start with a role, I imagine do you start with the inside of the character or the outside? This is an action star. How did you, an action character, how did you prepare for that?
Yeah, I started from the outside first, I think. What's that? Sorry. Hey guys. Oh, I love you guys too so much. Yeah, from the outside first. I think, I'm a really physical person and I like, I'm pretty athletic, and so I started training pretty early.
Is the dagger itself, so she must look after that. She's absolutely vital character. Then we have, and of course, guess what? They fall in love, as would I have done had I been in the same place. And then you have, I don't think I can tell you about Ben Kingsley. It spoils too much. He's a very serpentine kind of character. I always said to him, Ben, we have to make two movies with you. We have to make the movie they think they're seeing, and we have to make the movie that you're making. But you can't really disentangle that until you see the film. So I'll shut up about him. But then there is one of the great comic turns of our times, who is Fred Molina, who plays Sheikh Amar, he's on the side of the angels in the end, but if he can see his way to a little profit as he goes, then he will. So he's a rogue, but a rogue with a good heart. And then we have a whole range of wonderful characters. The princes. We have a marvelous villain who is an Icelander called Kingsley Ornagardasson. And his great thing is, I saw
Mike,
him.
will you do me a favor? Will you say Hassansons for me, just for the art? Will you say that word, Hassansons?
Kingsley Ornagardasson. Okay, fine. Now, Kingsley Ornagardasson is the chief Hassansin. Okay? I'm the only person on this whole damn show who can actually be bothered to say Hassansin. The Hassansins are the bad guys. Okay, Jay?
Yeah. I just love the way he says Hassansin.
Anyway, they're the bad guys and they do wonderful things with snakes.
It's just weird, dude. I'm gonna go back to before you said that. there another question? Hey there.
Hi, this question's for Jake. I just wanted to know how difficult was it getting into shape to do this and getting all tan? Because you started off with like bubble boy, all adorable and bubbly, and now you're like,
What a fantastic question.
May I ask your name?
and I want $500.
Okay, well, I would like by saying I'd like to go back to my birth. No, it was so much fun. What can you do when you get paid to get tan and, get in shape? How am I supposed to answer that question? It was great, it's amazing. It's every character playing a different character requires different things, and this required that.
Awesome. You're pretty. I just thought you should know.
All the detours in this whole version.
And this character, I think Jordan was inspired by movies like that, and somehow it just mixed all of these interests and all of these movies that I love so much, and yeah. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to say that. I'm just kidding.
Thank you. We got somebody else?
Yeah, I got a question for the whole panel, which is about the difficulty of taking a video game and turning it into an action movie. What were your sort of things going into it you felt that you needed to do to make a blockbuster action movie?
The thing I loved about him most was that he's an absolute research freak, and everything in the game and everything in the script for which he wrote the first draft was researched on the basis of what it was actually like in 6th century Persia, what was around, what the technologies were, what the belief systems, all of that kind of stuff. Wonderful, wonderful research, and the great thing about him is he's a research freak.
I noticed there was a lot of visuals and a lot of visual effects, and why did you guys end up making it in 3D?
Well, at the time 3D, Avatar hadn't come out, so 3D was not as popular as it has become. Most 3D were animated films, which is much easier to do. And by the way, at the time, we went to Disney and said we'd like to put it in 3D, and for whatever reason, it was very costly. And also, the cameras that were available at the time aren't as advanced as they are today. To take it out in the desert, I think we'd still be shooting if we were doing it in 3D. So we decided not to.
Thank you.
Hey, I got a question for Jake. I was just wondering, because I saw a lot of flips and stuff in the show, if you guys had to learn free running.
Yeah, man. You want me to teach you something?
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, we worked really closely with a guy named David Bell, who invented parkour, free running. And it took a long time to find him because he has no email address or phone number. So we went over the streets of France and with a helicopter looking for people who were jumping off of buildings, and we snagged him. We brought him over to Morocco. No, yeah, we did. At first I worked with a lot of gymnasts because free running is based a lot on acrobatics, and and I started working in a gym, jumping off things that were padded and learning how to do the fundamental stuff. And then slowly we started working on harder and harder surfaces, and really very carefully. And David just started saying eventually at certain points, we're going to go from here to here, and then I'd say, okay, I'm going to try it, and then they'd all go, oh God, no, please. And then I would, and then I'd get a little farther, and I'd earn a little respect, and they'd let me go a little longer, and a little farther, and a little higher, and it just kept going like that. So yeah, I did. I would do it right now, but I think.
Do it! Do it!
You gotta go see the movie first. Thank you for your question, though, man.
Outstanding. Well, everybody, Jerry's going to stay up here, but let's say thank you and wish luck to Mike.